Huntress, and I just want to do a little video on kind of what I put in my backpack. I'm not going to go into any great detail about what I put in my backpack. I'm just going to kind of quickly go through what goes in my pack and what I wear on a backpacking trip. Make sure you can see over here. Okay, so this is my base layer. This week it's going to be in the 30s at night, so when it's that kind of temperature, I try to wear a base layer, a warmer base layer. I wear this to bed at night. Don't typically need anything like this during the daytime here, but this is to wear to bed at night to just give me that extra warmth. I have just a light pair of like flannel gloves. It's a little chilly in the morning sometimes still, so when I'm using trekking poles, my hands will get cold. So little lightweight pair of gloves. My headband, ear warmer, whatever you want to call it. This one's Trailheads brand. This is a must-have for me. I like to have this when it's windy outside, when it's cold. It works even just as a headband, but it helps keep the wind out of my ears, and I love that. This is my buff. It just keeps my hair out of my face. Always take that with me. These are my Altra Gaiters. These keep leaves and debris out of your shoes, so you're not constantly having to stop and dump stuff out of your shoes. I'm getting uncomfortable by that. Okay, so then here's my normal layer. I just have a normal, easy sports bra and a pair of women's boxers that I wear as my underwear layer. Tank top, just a normal tank top, racerback tank top, and a pair of North Face shorts that have a drawstring. If it's colder in the mornings, I'll wear these pants. These are just some Cool brand hiking pants, and usually even when it's chilly out, by an hour or so into the hike, I'm switching to my shorts because I warm up when I'm hiking. So then I have my rain jacket. This is a Frog Tog, just a cheap, lightweight rain jacket. Cheap enough that if something happens to it and I've patched it one too many times, I can just go get a new one. And then I have a down puffer for when it is a bit chilly. And I also will wear this to bed at night sometimes. And this isn't a must-have either, but this is a comfort thing for me. This is just a flannel pullover, and I like to sleep in this sometimes whenever it's cold. I also will roll it up and put it in my pack and let the sleeves hang out, and I'll use them for extra padding where my straps hit my collarbone, and that helps sometimes too. So not a necessity, just a nice extra thing to have. Then as far as, other than the jackets, as far as packed clothes, well, then I have my Darn Tough socks. As far as packed clothes go, I have a pair of socks that I sleep in, thicker socks. I have an extra tank top, which is also not necessary. I just like having an extra. And I have an extra pair of socks, and these are the NGG toe socks. If I start to get blisters, a lot of times I'll switch to these socks because they're good for blister protection. That's all my clothes. Then I have, I wear Altra Lone Peaks for my shoes. And then I have these flip-flops that are just my camp shoes. If I'm going to cross a creek, I'll switch to these. If I'm just moseying around camp and I want to be done with my shoes for the evening, that's what I use these for. I just clip these to the outside of my pack so they're accessible if I need them. A lot of times if we break for lunch, I'll pull my shoes off, let my feet have a break, air out a little bit, and I'll throw these flip-flops on. So my sleep system, I have a Warbottic Blackbird original, and that's my hammock. I have the Wookie underquilt Also War Bonnet. I have, this is just, I don't even think it's a brand, but it's a down, very small down sleeping bag that I kind of use as a top quilt. If it's real cold, I'll zip inside of it. This is my headlamp. I can't remember what oh, it's a Yuko headlamp. This is a rechargeable one, and I always carry a battery pack so I can recharge this and my phone if I need to, so I can continue to take pictures and videos. I just leave my headlamp with my sleeping stuff because that's the only time I'm really using it. I have a Cuban fiber hammock gear tarp with doors. That's what I use for my cover for my rainfly with my sleep system. And this is another optional thing, but this is just a little throw tarp, a 5 by 7 foot throw tarp. A lot of times I'll toss this up underneath my hammock to keep any kind of debris, or every now and then if there's briars or something underneath my hammock, to keep them from touching my underquilt. And just so I can step out of bed in the middle of the night and not have to step in some sticks or something like that. I can keep my feet decently clean when I'm getting up and getting my flip-flops on or whatever I'm gonna do. It's just an extra thing. Here's another that's just an extra. This is my Trekology self-inflatable pillow. I like having a pillow in my hammock. Not necessary, just an extra thing. These are my tent stakes. I have an extra one just in case I lose one, because that has happened before. Whoops. And these are just lightweight tent stakes. There's nothing special about them. Let's see. Then I have my trekking poles, my Black Diamond trekking poles. One of my favorite pieces of gear. Don't know how I hiked before I started using trekking poles. They're amazing. I always carry this usually in my pocket. It's just a little Gerber dime pocket knife. I'm usually using the knife to open packages on food, or there's little scissors here that can be used as nail clippers, or to cut tags off of things if the tags are bothering you, if you get a loose string, something like that. That's usually what I'm using that for. This clips to the outside of my backpack, velcros and snaps. It's a water bottle holder. I just clip it wherever my backpack, it holds my water bottle for me, so I can be hands-free without holding the water bottle and not having a pocket for it. It's just right here. I can real quick unclip it and use it. Just handy. Then I have my cook set here. I've got a Toaks pot and a BSR 3000 stove, just a little teeny tiny stove, similar to the Pocket Rocket. I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me pull it up here. So it just folds up like so. Like that. There you go. And it's nice and handy. It works good. This is not so good in the wind. So not the best option if you're in a lot of wind. You're going to need like a piece of aluminum foil or some sort of guard for your stove, because it's not going to heat whatever you're cooking in your pot very well when you've got wind blowing the flame off to the side. So there's a lot of stoves that are good in the wind. This one, not so much. I just like it because it's nice and small and handy, and all I have to use is a little piece of aluminum foil for a guard if it is windy, or just try to get it out of the wind. Usually there's a place to get out of the wind. Rocks, something to break the wind from messing with your stove. I keep a lighter in here just to light with. Keeps it handy so I can use it for my stove. This stove is also not self-igniting. You have to light it yourself. My fuel in the bottom of that bag, and a titanium spork I use to eat with. And I'm not going to go into detail on my food either. I'll do that in another video. But this is my food bag. For a 5 to 7 day hike, This will weigh anywhere between 4 and 5 pounds, around about, depending on what I'm taking. I dehydrate my own foods a lot. I take a lot of tuna, stuff like that. But this right here is a 6-day food supply. And I just keep it in this bag. This bag is, it zips up, and I have a guy lines in here to hang it if I need to hang it. This is my water filtration setup. I use a Sawyer Mini with an adapter that I bought from Dutchware to, well, let's see if I can show you. This little adapter piece here. Drill a hole inside of the cap and added this adapter. Put the straw on, and now I can hang my bag, which I switched, instead of using the Sawyer bag, I switched to a CNOC. I really love this bag. This bag is amazing. It's durable, it's easy to use, it's easy to fold up and put away. You can hang it, hang your water filter, and screw your water bottle on at the end and just let it hang and gravity feed. So there's that option, or you can squeeze it in, whichever you prefer. But that's my water filter setup. Then this is my battery pack. This is a heavier piece of gear. I think it weighs something like 13 ounces, but it's an Anker power bank, and it'll charge my phone around about 10 times from 0 to 100. So it is valuable to me because of the videos that I do and the pictures that I take. And I also use Guthook's map, so it's just nice to have. I also use this to charge my headlamp. So my little bag of electronics, keep my charger for my Anker power box, my headphones, got a little bit of money in here, and these are batteries that go to my little Cuban fiber lamp that's actually inside, that stays inside my hammock. It's just a little tiny lamp that I can click on in the middle of the night if I need to find something like my headlamp, which I don't keep handy all the time. This is just my glasses and my sunglasses. Just keep them in this little container here to keep them from getting too terribly scratched up. Don't usually wear my glasses, but they're backup if something happens to my contacts. My first aid kit. I have dwindled down my first aid kit considerably. I'm a first responder, so my first initial idea is to pack lots of first aid. And I found that when I'm backpacking, the main thing that we end up needing is some ibuprofen or vitamin I and Band-Aids or moleskins. So really I've never had to use, thankfully, never had to use really anything else. And it's just, a lot of it is just extra weight that I just don't feel like is necessary for all the times I've been hiking. So I carry a couple Band-Aids, a bigger patch that can be tied on. I've got moleskins, and then I've got a couple medicines like some Benadryl, which I think is very important to carry with you in case you have an allergic reaction, and some antacid, and then some ibuprofen. Then I have my little hygiene kit where I've got my toothbrush and chapstick. I've got some dry shampoo in here, a couple of hair ties, let's see, dental floss, a towel, ultralight towel, and some toothpaste. Oh, and I also carry a little tiny container, a Tic Tac container with deodorant in it. Not everybody carries deodorant. My preference, I like having deodorant. Then I have my toiletries, which I've got a little package of wipies in here and toilet paper. Some of those pill towels that grow with water somebody gave me, and I've got some hand sanitizer. So I think that's everything that goes in my pack. I also line my pack with a compactor trash bag. because I carry a pack that when it rains, it will get wet. It doesn't matter if it has a rain fly over it, water leaks behind the rain fly, and it absorbs very quickly through my lightweight pack. So I just line my pack with this bag, and it keeps my stuff inside dry like I need it to be. And as far as my pack is concerned, I carry an Osprey Lumina, 60-liter Lumina, very lightweight. It's Osprey's lightest pack. They make the Lumina for women, and the Levity is the men's pack. These are the ultralight packs. I've used this on just 2 trips so far, and I've used it on the first week of my Pinhoti trip, and I love it so far. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes for the whole rest of the trip. But right now, this is my go-to pack. So that's all I've got. If you've got any questions or comments, drop them below, and let me know what you think about my setup. Huntress out.